Welcome to the Italian Football Podcast.
You wanted to get to a couple of transfer things, especially one related to the Premier League versus the rest of Europe. You're saying we need a Brexit Champions League.
Yeah,
it could be worse than the Super League. So I'm open to this. Tell me more.
Well, I put out a tweet yesterday because I saw a stat that about the spending. I mean, the spending this season, the transfer market is, I mean, it's insane. Let me read out these figures to you. This is net spend. So net spend this summer, Premier League, 977 million euros, minus 977. Then the next second biggest net spend is La Liga with 105 million. So you've got an 850 plus gap between the first and the second biggest net spenders. Then in third place, you've got Liga with 17 million, 1-7. Then you've got Serie A with 14, and then the Bundesliga with 4 million. So, I mean, just let that sink in. Serie A, net spend of 14 million. And let me just say, last week, actually, Serie A had a positive balance, actually, up until last week. Let me just add that. So 14 million Serie A net spend, Premier League 977. I mean, it's insane. The Premier League has spent 1.7 billion on transfers overall, gross. That's over $1 billion more than the next league, Serie A, which is 681 million. The Premier League will smash 2 billion by the end of it. In fact, they'll probably be closer to 3 billion spending than 2 billion. And the record before this summer was 1.6 billion being spent. The Premier League actually broke that when there was still 13 days still to go in the window. There's 9 Premier League teams that have spent over 100 million this summer. There'll be many more before the end of the window. And the Premier League have all of the six most expensive transfer windows of all time. They've all come in since 2016. So I mean, it's become a joke now. The Champions League draw is, as we're recording, the Champions League draw is actually about to take place within the next hour or so when we're recording this. I mean, for me, the Serie A and La Liga should just pull out of the Champions League. Just destroy that competition overnight. I mean, just tell me, John, what is the point of Serie A teams, La Liga teams, or the rest of Europe? What is the point of them competing against Premier League teams now in the Champions League or anywhere else? There's no point. They've got too much money. It's impossible to compete with them. And this is just going to get worse and worse and worse if this kind of spending, the spending will continue and it will get worse. So what is the point? This isn't football, is it?
Yeah, particularly too, the other thing that they allow the Premier League that, I mean, we will just never have in Serie A. I couldn't care less about the other leagues. I mean, they really do allow even the smallest of the small to have a chance to dramatically improve themselves simply because of the amount of money they have at their disposal due to the television deal. And that is just not something that we have in Serie A, and I don't know if we ever will have in Serie A. So I'm going to bow out for the rest of the episode and just let you take this because you've depressed me way too much on this because I mean,
well, at least Roma. You can say that Roma were the last Italian team ever to win a European trophy.
That is true. And then also, I mean, I look at what the Premier League does, and then I look today. Did you happen to see the tweet of Lecce to unveil Umtiti? Did you see that Photoshop job that they did?
I haven't, but I'm going to look right now.
You talk about levels to this game, and I think that was a pretty nice metaphor of a summarization to levels to this game.
Well, I can't even find Lecce's account when I go into Twitter, so they even have one.
What they did. I think they did him a big disservice. They added about 20 stone onto the guy. But
I see it.
It's just bad. It's just bad.
Yeah, I mean that's even worse than my photoshopping. And I've said before, I'm so bad when it comes to art that GCSE art, I drew a picture of the sun in front of the mountain when drawing the horizon. So I can do a better job than this, and I'm really bad. So, yeah. Anyway, right. So yeah, as John said there, John has to bow out. So I will carry on from here. But yeah, just to finish up and expand a little bit more on this issue with this kind of Brexit Super League. I mean, I don't like to call it the Brexit Super League. I would like to call it a Brexit Champions League, really, because I think that we already have a Super League. The Super League is the Premier League. I've gone through the spending. I mean, when you look at Nottingham Forest, for example, who haven't been in the Premier League for this millennium, they've just come up this window, and they have spent more money, Nottingham Forest, than the entire Eredivisie, the entire Dutch league. Nottingham Forest have spent more money than. I mean, that says it all.
Listen to the full show and all other episodes by going to patreon.com/TIFP and become a member for only $2.99 per month.